say the same maize. It takes the same 7 months to do the maize, and it will take how much time? That is if kana maize achona chiri chibaga chiri general chochazinda ku GMP, but kana uchita maybe green mills you do something better, of which your return will jump from 3,300 to maybe 11,000 per hectare if you are doing much green mills. We have to know that it's a horticultural crop. But we are not going to do that kind of farm. We are going to value addition and beneficiation. Then vanochanotenga chibage ichocho in 1 day. Then they will process that maybe into milling meal or into any other things that are processed. And they are going to utilize only 1 week to do that milling, processing, and packaging and putting on the market. So at the end of the day, which are not okay. Who is actually a business person here? And how much time are you going to do? You are going to probably need 5 seasons to be able to produce sufficient income that is equivalent to a person either 1 season of horticulture. So at the end of the day, pane chinhu chatofana kuchinja. Vazhinji vanoti it's mindset. Kuti kana uchiti uri kuita farming, wadi wambosiya zviri kuitwa zviri general, to focus on what? On agribusiness. And the business of agriculture is different from the fact that you've been doing farming the ordinary ways. You say, you asking as a community. It's good to do as a community. That is if you are focusing on maybe an export crop. Right now we've got different groups in Eastern Highlands where they are being energized by Zimtrade and exporting certain agricultural products. For example, ginger, garlic, pineapples, and so forth. But the same can also be happening in other projects. So that is something that I'm actually wondering, where exactly is the future of our agriculture? If people are saying we are marching towards Vision 2030, but if you look at their deeds, are not gonna balance. So at the end of the day, kutenda kusina mabasa kwakafa. So kana titi farming here is business. Where is the business part kana uchita 12 months kuti one 3,300. So the key thing is, of course, horticulture is business, but let's go a step further into processing and value addition. I give an example of I don't know how many of us look at a closer picture to say today I'm not going to in the field. I just want to analyze where is the money in farming, and you see with those top guys who are making it, they are doing value addition. There's a company that I love so much. I was there on my attachment. That is Red Den. Kefalos, I probably assume people know that. Those guys recently they posted that they produced 24,000 liters of milk in a day. Milk is measured in kgs, by the way. 24,000 kgs. And look at the shops. They are full of Cortina, all branded things. They are doing value addition. They don't just end there. Right. So when you are saying we are doing production and let's not even talk about our tobacco, where if you see the value of the leaf that we have recently, the first leaf, $4.50 per kg, isn't it? But look, let's go a step further into analyzing what exactly we're going to get. So this is just an intro to see if something that we are working on is actually giving the best. Then, of course, there are certain projects that can be done in horticulture before even processing. If you are to look at a closer look at the current trends, I don't know how many of us have analyzed or have understood the value that we are generating from maybe avocados as citrus, avocado and citrus. The current, if not mistaken, the global demand of avocado is around 200 million, if not mistaken, and our current, the global current is actually around 50 million. So that means that's another big gap. Let's go back. Of course, there are other projects which cannot be done by almost everyone, unless maybe if you pull resources together. For example, blueberries with a global demand of 3 billion global demand in our current supply, as the whole world 6 million. But still, you see farmers going to the general things because they were told that farming is the new thing. But you go to farming, which is a good thing, but what then are you doing there? It's not even adding up. Then there's something that we usually known for as Afrosen, which is the issue of land use and management planning. It's something that is very essential because we incorporate what we call precision farming practices. Something that can allow you to monitor what is happening in your fields whilst you are somewhere, anywhere in the world. You just have to monitor. If the guys at the farm have done the irrigation, you don't need to ask anyone. You just have to log onto your phone and understand, okay, so there's irrigation that has been done. If the pastures that are at your field or the crop, the carrying capacity is still fine, you just have to check on your phone. But to do that, you have to understand. I know, of course, a lot of people here are saying they've got livestock. But if you are to look at, if you are to ask yourself, what is the carrying capacity of your land? A lot of people would say, I've got 500 mombe. How many hectares do you have? I've got 2,000 hectares. Okay, is that optimum utilization? They will say, but mombe zangu zakawanda. But are you fully utilizing the land? So you should be able to arrive at a point where per hectare 1, pano ye farm rangu, pano kwana mombe 3, gore rese. Kana kuti munhu anotanga kuti okay ndoitachi. Recently I was talking to some guys very cool. They are currently in Kenya but they export to United Arab Emirates. They've been buying goats here locally, but I don't know what then happened. Maybe the quantities were not sufficient to the extent they could supply according to the demands. So I said I've got farmers who want to venture into goats. Are you able to buy from them? Only if they've got the capacity to supply 2,000 kgs per week. Do we have farmers who have got that capacity here? So if we have got, I can give you the contact, I can link you today, and you will start finalizing the deals. So that's just an example of saying maybe they would need a model just like CSC, where we would probably have a group of farmers supplying the same, but 2,000, that's an equivalent of, if you are maybe 100 farmers, that's an equivalent of maybe 400 goats per farmer per week. That's all. For you to be able to supply in only 1 year. It's something that is, of course, very essential if you are to go bigger into that. Then there's an issue to do with the agribusiness part of it. I think that is an area that we should focus on if we are to be much more serious with agriculture. It's something that is very, very serious, because I've understood that, of course, we've got a lot of people that are investing in agriculture, but they are investing for the wrong reasons. Most of the people, they would say, I want to go into agriculture because I was told that is the current thing. So there are 3 things that I want you to focus on. I'm sure I'm about to be terrorized because of time. So there's one thing that I want you to understand. Number 1, the return per dollar invested is very essential. Number 2, the return per time invested. Let's just do away with the system. I'm doing farming for 12 months. 12 months which is farming, which rima, only to get peanuts at the end of the day. Why are we doing that, Naima? So that's number 1. Number 2, the time that you have spent doing farming, is it really worth the energy and time that you are doing? So in other words, if that is not satisfying you, why shouldn't we look at other avenues? Maybe why can't we just venture into maybe value addition? It's something that is, maybe, can I add my tomato? Let's just do something that is, by virtue of value addition, I'm talking about things that have got economic value. Visual.